Right now, when you talk to a friend, your voice changes without you noticing. Your accent drifts closer to theirs. Your speaking speed matches theirs, and you have no idea it's happening. This isn't acting, this is something else entirely. Try to remember your last important phone call, with your boss, with someone you love, with a stranger you just met. Your voice was different every single time, wasn't it? Not just the words, the tone, the speed, even your facial expressions. But the real answer is far stranger than that. You're not copying the voice you hear. Your brain copies it before you even decide to. The part of your brain that controls your speech isn't working alone. It's directly wired to the part that listens. When you hear a voice, the muscles in your throat make tiny movements, as if you were almost speaking too. This is called motor mimicry of speech. It happens in under half a second before you make any decision at all. Where was this first discovered? Back in the 1990s, a researcher named Tanya Chartrand, along with her colleague John Bargh, ran a simple experiment. They had people talk to strangers. Those strangers would shake their leg or rub their face for no reason. After a while, the people sitting with them started doing the exact same thing without anyone saying a word. They called it the chameleon effect. Your body changes to resemble the person in front of you, and you're the last one to know. Why would your brain do this at all? The answer takes us back about 1,000,000 years. It wasn't about being polite. It was a survival tool. Think about early humans, before language existed the way you know it today. They needed to know fast, is the person in front of me a friend or a threat? There was no time for long analysis, no time to process words. The body had to respond faster than the mind could think. This is where a discovery from the 1990s comes in too, mirror neurons. An Italian researcher named Giacomo Rizzolatti was studying a monkey's brain. He noticed something strange. When the monkey watched another researcher pick up a banana, the exact same neurons fired as if the monkey itself had picked up the banana. The monkey's body experienced the movement before making it. Humans have the same system, only far stronger. When you see someone in pain, part of your brain actually feels a small trace of that pain. When you hear someone speaking fast and excited, part of your brain prepares to speak with that same speed and excitement. It's not just empathy. It's a full simulation, running inside your head before your body ever moves. So why did nature choose this exact method? Why voice and accent specifically? The answer has an important social dimension. A researcher named Robin Dunbar studied the relationship between group size in humans and their ability to communicate. He found that humans lived in groups far larger than any other animal, and this required a fast way to recognize who belonged to your group without stopping to think. Accent and tone became the fastest signal. If your voice matched the group's voice, you belonged. The body performs this automatically to tell the other person without a single word, we're on the same team. And here comes the twist nobody expects. Scientists found that people who mimic the accent and movement of others more often aren't the weak or hesitant ones, as you might assume. They're usually the people with higher social intelligence. Their brain is faster at reading the other person and connecting to them. Mimicry isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your brain is very good at something called social reading. There's an even stranger detail. Another researcher, Uta Frith, studied children who struggle with social reading, especially those on the autism spectrum. She noticed that a large number of them mimic the voice and movement of people around them far less than others. Not because they don't want to. Their brain simply doesn't run this automatic simulation in the first place. This confirmed that mimicry isn't just something we learn through upbringing. It's a system built directly into the brain itself. So every time your voice shifts with a friend, or your accent drifts towards someone you love, or your speaking pace syncs with a coworker, you're not performing. Your body is saying something your voice hasn't found the words for yet. You belong to this group. You're safe here. But now comes the reverse twist. If this mimicry is natural and automatic, why do some people feel like they're faking their voice around certain people? Why do you sometimes feel like not yourself while talking to someone specific? The answer is that mimicry isn't always innocent. When the power gap is large, like with your boss or someone you feel is above you, your body mimics their voice even more than usual. Not because you like them, because your brain feels it needs to prove it belongs to that group, even if it doesn't want to. The thing that was once an ancient survival tool has become, in the modern world, a tool of social pressure. Think about a job interview. Your voice changes, not because you're lying, because your body is trying to tell the person across from you, I'm like you, trust me. The same mechanism that let early humans live peacefully within their group is the same one that makes you feel like you're wearing a mask in a work meeting. Now for the modern mirror. Think about the apps you listen to every day. Podcasts, videos, voices you hear for hours, more than any human voice around you. Your brain runs the same simulation with that voice. It's not strange that after finishing a long podcast episode, you find yourself speaking with the host's tone for a while, without meaning to. Your body doesn't easily distinguish between a real voice in the room and a voice coming from a speaker. The mimicry still happens. You're building part of the way you speak from every voice you hear repeatedly, even when no one is actually in front of you. And this explains something everyone has felt at some point. Why do you notice yourself speaking with a slightly different accent after a short trip somewhere else? Why does your voice change when you talk to your parents more than when you talk to your coworkers? You're not one person with one voice. You're a collection of voices, each one built by your brain from every person who ever got close to you in your life. Next time you notice yourself copying the tone of someone you love, or a friend's accent, or even the laugh of the person sitting next to you, don't be upset with yourself. This isn't fake. It's the oldest survival system you have, still running after 1,000,000 years, telling you something simple. You're here, and you belong with the people around you. And right now, as you talk to someone, think about your voice. It was never only yours. It's a mix of every voice you've ever heard, loved, or feared in your entire life.